And welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Greycast. It's your boy, Mac Daddy Gene, the Mean Gene Machine, the host formerly known as Kami Gene. Yeah, I'm gonna start going with that. And today I'm gonna talk about the PlayStation 5 and their newly released games. So a little background on me: I've always been Team PlayStation. I think the height of the console wars would have to have been the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Like those sides were always like really divided, especially among me and my friend groups. I feel like it was one sided at that time though, because I think out of everyone of my friends, I think I was the only one who was playing PS3, and everyone else had the Xbox 360. But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, and the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out. Then all my friends came over to PlayStation 4. So that was cool, seeing all them defects from Xbox 360, showing that PlayStation was obviously the superior console. Changed my mind. But now among my friends, I am the last one on PlayStation 4, and everyone has switched to PC. Which I will give credit. PC would be the smarter buy, because a PC would last longer than any of the consoles. Because once you have the consoles, and that's the specs and the CPU and everything inside, that's what the system is gonna have. Unlike with a PC, especially if it's something that someone built, then the pieces are all interchangeable, where you can go change it out and just upgrade it for much cheaper than it is to buy a completely new console. So I understand that, and that will really hurt PlayStation and Xbox's sales. And the things that they do to help save that is they start introducing more cross-platform play. Like currently, all my friends are playing Warzone on their PC. Lucky enough, it is cross-platform, so I'm able to play with them on my PS4. And more games are announced to be cross-platform. So the only reason I haven't switched to PC myself is because I really can't. I don't think I could play PC in turns by myself. Like if I did get a PC, I wouldn't enjoy playing it by myself. But I do like playing on my PS4, like the solo games like Ghost of Tsushima and Final Fantasy and all those other games. I think I'd enjoy them a lot more on my PS4. So I get more out of my console than I do playing on PC. But I believe with the way everything's moving forward and everything, I will eventually switch to PC. Only time will tell. But this podcast isn't about me selling you PC. This is about the PS5 and the upcoming games coming out. So of course with the next gen, then it's gonna have a lot more a new processor, higher power. It's working together with AMD, which really made the stock prices rise on AMD. So thank God I bought some stocks into AMD because I'm making a fucking killing in the market. Recently, Epic Games did a reveal with their Unreal Engine 5, which looks amazing. Like the graphics, just what you'd expect. Like this is going to be a 2020 system. You're expecting 2020 graphics, and it's going to look amazing. One thing that the PS5 is doing is there's going to be a digital edition and a regular edition, and the only difference is one will have a disc drive and the other won't. Now, I've been really conflicted recently over whether to get the disc drive or not get the disc drive. And I have a number of concerns before I can decide which one to buy. Because one, Sony said that the PS5 will be backwards compatible to play PS4 games. But my whole thing is, the thing is, I'm also hearing rumors, or PlayStation didn't really clarify whether this backwards compatibility is with the disc, where I could put the disc in and I'll be able to play those PS4 games, or it's only backwards compatible where any game I bought on the PlayStation Store, I can download it and it'll work on the PS5. So there are some games where I would still want to keep playing on, like, that I have the disc version and not the online. So I need to wait until they really clarify on that. And also, I'm the kind of person that if there's a game I really like like whether it be a Dragon Ball Z or whatever, I'm gonna buy the limited edition version of that game. And as far as I know now, the limited edition version of a game will come with the physical copy of the game. So if I don't get a disc drive and I want a limited edition version of the game, so I have to buy the limited edition version, which comes with the disc, then I have to buy the digital version again on the store. And I'm not going to buy the same game twice unless retailers are going to they'll start accounting for that, and now when they sell the limited edition, it'll be with the digital version. So that's another thing I have to wait and see. But I was talking to my brother about it, and it's kind of like one of those situations of better to have and not need than to need and not have. So, and the rumor is, because we don't have the official price out for the PS5 and the PS5 digital edition, but the rumor is because there was a listing on Walmart or whatever where they had the PlayStation 5 as the regular version for $500 and the digital version just $50 off at $450 USD, of course. So for a $50 difference, I think I might just get the regular and call it a day. But man, I mean, I get the digital, making everything more digital it's better for the environment. First of all, they don't have to make all the plastic and whatever. It'll be cheaper for them to make the game. I'd like if they started making everything more digital and they're not paying for, shipping everything to the stores and making the plastic and everything, then make the games cheaper. Like, I don't want to keep paying $59.99, which, thank God, the price of games are still staying like $59.99. Like, I remember back in my day, games were like $49.99. It seems like they just are going up. But if they're going to cut price on shipping and making the plastic and everything and do everything digital, then I want my cut of that and make the games, $10 cheaper. Not going to happen. They announced that the games are still going to be $59.99, but I guess it's better than an increase. The PlayStation 5 reveal event it was okay, but it wasn't anything special. Like, me and Brendan were watching it, not like in the same room, social distance and whatnot, but we were just texting each other, and I think the event all in all was like maybe an hour long, and I think after like 20 minutes, I checked out, and Brendan actually just went off and did his own thing, so we were out of it. But it started off with Grand Theft Auto 5. So now they're remaking it again for the PlayStation 5. Why not just get a new game at this point? Like, we've had Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013. We are in 2020. Please just give us a new game. Like, I get it, like, for Grand Theft Auto Online. I talked about this in my last podcast. And I get they keep upgrading Grand Theft Auto Online. But I mean, I want to do a new map now. I want to like do missions again. I'm one of the few people that actually like playing the story than the multiplayer. So I really want a new Grand Theft Auto. So when they started the reveal with Grand Theft Auto 5 coming to PS5, I was already like oh my god, I'm like, I guess I have to go start checking out. Then they announced Spider-Man Miles Morales, which when I saw it, I was super excited. Like, my favorite animated movie of all time was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love that movie so much. I watched it in theaters 3 times. I bought the DVD, and I have an entire poster in my room. Like, that movie was it was fucking amazing. It was an unneeded curse, but sorry about that. So, with this new game coming out, with the trailer and everything, it looks good. But Brendan was telling me that it was a DLC. And I've been looking it up, and they're saying that it's an enhanced and expanded version of 2018's game, which is the original Marvel's, Spider-Man for the PS4. So I don't know if that exactly means they're going to remake the entire game, but add Miles Morales to it for the PS5, or if it will be a DLC. So you have to buy the Spider-Man game again for the PS5 and buy DLC. So they weren't real clear on that. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But whatever it is, I wouldn't mind playing the entire Spider-Man game again with the DLC and the Miles Morales DLC. Then they announced Gran Turismo, which was never my thing. Like I did like Need for Speed and Burnout. Like I do love those racing games, but Turismo, yeah, Gran Turismo was too real for me, in terms of like it's like realistic racing. Like it's not that action packed and there's cars passing and not like crashing or whatever like on track. So that I was like whatever. Then we had Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Can't wait for that. I've always been a Ratchet and Clank guy. Uh, I know a lot more people were Jack and Daxter and Spyro and all that stuff. I don't know if Spyro was a PlayStation exclusive though. No, because I had it for the GameCube. So it was like a Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. Like you were like people were. I don't know many people who were like on both sides or on one or the other. But I was part of the Ratchet and Clank. So I can't wait for that. Game looks amazing. It's been like years since my last Ratchet and Clank game, so I can't wait to play that. Then they started announcing a lot of other games that like they were like projects by Square Enix called Project Athea. That it was weird. Like now it gets into like games that it looks good, but it also looks like it could have just been cutscenes. You can't really tell much about the game. So that game I didn't pay much attention to. Like now I'm already like on the downwind of it and starting like lose interest. Then they showed trailers for a game called Stray, which is a world where all humans are dead, but there are cats, and like it's weird. Like these were really they just showed reveal trailers. Unless you knew what it was already, you'd be excited for it. But if you didn't know what it was, then you were like, "What the fuck's going on?" The trailer just had like this cat going around in this world where there were no humans, it's just robots. And weirdly enough, even the robots were dealing with homelessness and being poor. So I was like, oh, okay. And it was just game after game that I have never heard of. There's Returnal, Destruction All Stars, which reminds me a lot of. And they showed off Destruction All Stars, which kind of reminded me of Twisted Metal. If anyone played that for the PSP and like the older PlayStation. Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which looks like a little kid's game. Whatever. Goodbye Volcano High, Oddworld Soulstorm, Ghostwire Tokyo, which looks okay. I don't want to talk about a lot of these games. I guess just the ones that I'm interested about would just be it would really just be the Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. There's a new Little Big Planet called Sackboy Big Adventure. When I was young, I would play that because it was fun just to play with my like brother because it was co-op and everything and 3D platforming and you create your own levels and everything. It was really imaginative, but now that I'm older and he's older, like he's over there just playing Overwatch and I'm here playing my anime video games. So we kind of like, yeah. I know Hitman 3 came out. I never played any of the Hitman games, but I've always been big on stealth games. I like the whole like different ways to kill people, like a disco ball or like make it look like accidents. So I'm really interested in the new Hitman 3. NBA 2K21, that's for B-Rad. Resident Evil Village. From like as you hear from the last podcast, like me and Will were playing Resident Evil 2, I think. Yeah, Resident Evil 2. Never again. It was no more. Especially that Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village with the whole inside the house and creepy. Yeah, that's not for me. Resident Evil 2 was my limit. It was my first and last horror game. Horizon Forbidden West. There was that game that came out with the PS4, Horizon Zero Dawn. I know Brendan was big on that game, so I think he's gonna collect this. He missed this trailer though, because like this was later in the announcement, so he was really just out of it. But yeah, that was everything with the PS5. As more time goes by, like there's more games get announced for it and more news and everything. But as of now, yeah, I'm definitely getting the PlayStation 5. I'm on the fence about the disc drive would getting either the digital edition or the regular one, but I think I'll stick with the. But I'm really leaning towards getting the one with the disc drive. So leave a comment downstairs. Leave a comment on the bottom. Well, you know where the comment section is, and let me know what you think of the PlayStation 5. And remember to like the video, subscribe if you're not already. And we are out.